Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call, where we have our entire team joining in now to help us prep for the day. So let's get all of them going. Plenty of stocks actually today. It's flooded in terms of news flow. So let's get straight to it. Gujarat Gas is first up on our radar. Sonal is here to give us the latest. Sonal, over to you.
Good morning, Sonia. Well, it is a surprising move where the company has gone ahead and increased prices. This is via lowering their discounts on the commercial PNG side. There's an increase of 1.5 rupees per SCM to 49.5 rupees per SCM now. That is what the commercial customers will have to pay to Gujarat Gas. Now remember, it is still lower than propane prices, so Gujarat Gas tends to benefit from this because that will meet higher volumes versus the competitor. And the company had earlier guided for volumes in Morbi region, which is the majority of their revenues in the commercial segment, to go up to 3.5 MMSCMD versus 2.2 MMSCMD in Q3 that they had seen. It is a positive for Gujarat Gas, of course, higher volumes and higher prices as well. But it is surprising because remember, natural gas prices, they've come off 50% from the peak, and despite that, they've taken a price hike. So definitely not a good news for customers.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, the stock I'm tracking this morning is Mahindra CIE. It came out with its numbers yesterday. These are the Q4 calendar year ending numbers, and they looked very good. So the total revenue growth for Mahindra CIE has gone up 26%. The EBITDA has risen 93%. Now, this is the reported EBITDA, but this includes a one-time impact of a 38 crore amount that they received as profit on their land sale. But even if you exclude that, the EBITDA is quite healthy at about 15.7 to 16%. Now, the growth has come in from the Europe business, and it's interesting because, as we know, Europe was under pressure, but now the automotive market is showing a recovery because the semiconductor shortage is easing, as well as, if you look at it, the energy and energy prices have stabilized, and the inflation extra cost has been passed on to consumers. So the European business also did well. Sales up 43%, EBITDA up 88%. I'm going with green on the stock. In any case, this stock has outperformed the auto index quite a bit. So green over there.
Okay, all right. Going with green now. They are going across to Mangalam. Then Mangalam, Sonata Software, they announced a rather large acquisition this morning.
It is a rather, yes, Nigel, it is a rather large acquisition that Sonata Software has announced. In fact, they've gone ahead and acquired Quant Systems, Inc., which is a Texas-based IT services corporation. And here's why it is large, because the terms of the payment, upfront they have to pay around $65 million, which is roughly 540 crores. Deferred achievement-based payouts over the next 2 years amounting to almost $95 million, which is another 790 odd crore rupees. So you add both of them, the overall acquisition cost comes up to over 1,300 crore rupees, and there are additional target-based payments as well. What do they get in return for that? The company has done revenues of $37 million in CY 2022. Yes, it is growing extremely fast. In CY 20, the revenues were $8 million, but we need to see how much it can add to their overall potential. Because, for Sonata Software itself, the revenue in the third quarter was around 2,300 odd crores. The cash on their books is close to around 600 crores. So the upfront payment will take away their entire cash. So we need to see whether it is expensive or not, how the street likes it. But some part of the street was also sussing this because 14% up move in Sonata Software this month is what we saw. The exchanges had also asked them for clarification on why there was a volume spurt on the counter.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. So that's on Sonata Software. The other stock that we are looking at this morning is Greaves Cotton. Now, Greaves Cotton has announced a leadership expansion across various verticals, retail, finance, and the e-mobility business. They've appointed Mr. Narsimha Jayakumar as the CEO of the retail business, and he has great pedigree. Earlier, he was the MD of Brainly India, the CEO of Akash EduTech, as well as the vertical head of Google India. So that's the first change they've made. They've also appointed Mr. Sandeep Divakaran as the CEO of Greaves Finance. Earlier, he was heading Ola Fleet, and he was the head of strategy at Ola Electric as well. And they've appointed Mr. Chandrasekhar Thiagarajan as the CFO of Greaves Electric Mobility, the main growth driver for the company. He was earlier the Chief Financial Officer for Birla Soft. So they've made a lot of changes. They've expanded their leadership. And the growth areas that they've identified are: one, to develop clean mobility solutions, two, to build a future-ready portfolio of businesses, and to build dynamic technologies through continuous innovation. So I'm watching out for the stock. But, just to put it into perspective, if you look at the last 3 years of Greaves Cotton, it has done nothing for investors. It's been very flat.
Okay, all right. Yeah, absolutely nothing. In fact, it's corrected a large deal from the recent peak. Nimesh joins in to tell us about Zenatainment. Nimesh, not too great news coming in for them.
Well, not too great news. So expect the stock to start in the red for sure to start with. Now, yesterday, NCLT has admitted IndusInd Bank's insolvency plea against Zee Entertainment. Now, what this means is, according to IBC, once the company is added to insolvency, a moratorium kicks in, barring any assets, any transfer of assets. Now, reacting to this, Puneet Goenka last evening put out a statement saying they are committed towards the merger with Sony, and they will take all the required measures to achieve the timely completion of the merger. UBS has put out a note today morning. They have a buy rating with a target price of 350, but they believe that the amount in dispute, which is only 83 crores, is not material, but this can further delay the merger process. In fact, they have a couple of options as far as Zee is concerned. One, to move against this order in NCLT and squash this order, or pay the amount in dispute for the settlement to go through. So clearly a negative to start with, but this will clearly defer further delay the merger with Sony, at least for the time being.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. So that's Zee Entertainment, very important there. But Orient Cement is the other one that we're going to focus on this morning. Nigel, why is that?
Well, Orient Cement, a couple of factors playing out here. There was a hope that, in fact, they'll go ahead and they'll expand capacity in Maharashtra, because a couple of years ago, that's in 2021, they had signed an agreement with Adani Power of Maharashtra. And the hope was that they'll set up a 2 million ton plant out here. However, now Adani Power Maharashtra, they have requested the company not to pursue any further movement on this front, and also they've said that they've not been able to obtain the required clearances. So on the back of that, maybe a bit of a dampener, but I'll tell you what, no analyst was factoring in anything coming out of here. So if it did come, it was a bit of a hope out there. But since it's not going through, maybe in fact some red on that one. But let's hop across to Vivek. Vivek, you're looking at some stocks in news?
Well, absolutely right. So, HG Infra is the stock in focus. The company has emerged as the lowest bidder for a tender floated by RVNL. This is for a project based in Himachal Pradesh. The HG Infra bid was at 466 crore, and that at the end of the December quarter, the order book was well over 11,000 crore. Other stock on our radar is Delivery. Yesterday, Tiger Global further paid its stake in the company. At the end of December quarter, they held 4.68% stake, and yesterday they sold around 1.6% stake. So, some more selling pressure and some more supply coming in there. Lastly, Lemon Tree, has gone ahead and signed a license pack for a 47-room hotel in Bhopal, and by December 2023, they expect this particular hotel to be operational.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's focus on Sandur Manganese as well. We normally don't track the stock very much. Remember, they are into iron ore mining as well as manganese ore mining. And now they're saying the CEC, they have accepted their request, and they've got the approval for going ahead and enhancing capacity out there. On manganese ore mining, it's going to go up from around 2.8 lakh to around 5.8 lakh. So that's close to around 300,000 tons more. So expect that stock to open up in the green.
Okay, that's on Sandur Manganese and Iron. But let's take you through a quick recap of our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow, there's Gujarat Gas, Mahindra CIE, Greaves Cotton, HG Infra, Lemon Tree Hotels and Sandur Manganese. While stocks with negative news flow, there's Sonata Software, Zee Entertainment, Orient Cement and Delivery. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of the